See, y'all don't understand about that Ron DMC.
I see you over there DJing.
Yeah. DJ Mick Mike on the mic. Whatever.
DJ Benchwarmer.
I can't never get that right.
Welcome back to 411 Sports Talk Radio on FaceTimeRadio.com. Our website, if you haven't went to it by now, it is www.411sportsnews.com. Again, that's 411sportsnews.com. If you haven't set up an account by now, you're overdue.
Right.
Set up one. And when you set up one, what happens, Mr. Warmer?
Well, when you set up one, you can blog on the account. You can see your other friends. We're trying to create a sports entertainment network right here in your town. And you can get, like I said, we got a casting call, so you can be a part of a lot of different things that's going on in this city through 411 Sports Network, through 411 Sports News. So make sure you guys get in, log in, be good, and don't send me no crazy stuff because I'm going to send it right back to you.
That's what I'm talking about.
See what I'm saying? I'll take it, but I'm going to send it back to you, though.
All right, let's get into a little NFL, and it's not the NFL if we don't discuss the Dallas Cowboys. Latest news, Tony Romo was willing to take a pay cut for DeMarco Murray to stay here.
But I'm not paying DeMarco Murray no $8.4 million a year.
Romo said he was willing to take a pay cut from his $17 million base salary in 2015 to keep DeMarco Murray. And quote-unquote, Romo said, DeMarco ended up asking Tony
to take a pay cut.
Why don't you take a pay cut? Romo said on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas on Tuesday. He said, quote-unquote, I will take a pay cut to go do this. He was like, they're going to restructure me and the whole thing. That's the same thing in some ways just for salary cap purposes. He was like, okay, now we're back to being friends? You really worried about me. I would take $5 million less if it meant to keeping you here. He knew that. He was willing to take a pay cut. So, but you still wouldn't.
I still wouldn't.
Pay, 8.4.
See, it's not about, look, the Cowboys didn't have to get Romo to take a pay cut to pay the 8.4. I'm just not paying DeMarco Murray 8.4. And the only reason why I'm not doing that is because you give me one good year. You've been hurt the other times, and it's a great year. The other thing is I'm not getting 1,800 yards out of you next year. I know that. You're not going to do back-to-back 1,800. You may give me 1,500, which is great. Mm-hmm. But I'm not paying you $8.4 million just for one good year. That's basically what you're telling me. Mm-hmm. You give me one good year, and you deserve $8.4 million. Mm-hmm. How many running backs will take care of business, and still the next year they go off?
Right.
So it's not about us not having the money to pay you. I'm just not paying you $8.4 million. Now, had you done this over the course of time, your freshman year, your rookie year, your next year, had you done this over the 4-year time and you just been consistent and you gotten better every time, then yeah, I can see giving you, I can give you a $8.4 million, but I just don't see giving you $8.4 million for one good year.
Right.
Plus, had you not fumbled in Green Bay, you still might have got $8.4 million.
Wow, you stuck on that fumble, ain't you?
Yes, that's our Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sorry, and for some of you that don't know, the possibility of AP coming here is getting stronger and stronger.
That's what I heard.
It is getting stronger and stronger. His agent has refused to meet with Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Told Minnesota, ain't no sense in us trying. Now, Minnesota can put you on an inactive list and you just sit out the rest of the year. They can do that.
Are the Vikings willing to trade Peterson in a draft to the Dallas Cowboys?
It may happen.
That's going to cost the Cowboys some draft picks, something the Cowboys can't really afford to do right now because they need to keep retooling the defense the best way they can.
I mean, and now let me ask you a question. We know what their makeup is right now. DeMarco Murray is gone. Okay? Mm-hmm. So here's what we have on deck right now. You can either get a 30-year-old Adrian Peterson that did not play last year, okay? Mm-hmm. or you can go into the draft and get you a rookie that is unproven in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because to be quite honest, all rookies are unproven in the NFL, right?
Yep, they got to prove themselves.
They look great in college, don't they?
Andrew Luck was the exception.
No, Andrew. I mean, no. I'm talking.
He came out playing.
No, I'm saying running backs.
Oh, okay. I just wanted the word rookie.
Well, we just gonna stick with the
rookie running
positions.
backs.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look great in college, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And they get in the NFL and just can't somehow or another they just can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, prime example, Blair Thomas. Remember Blair Thomas?
He was at best average.
But he was great in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
same draft as Emmitt Smith.
Same draft as Emmitt Smith. Kajana Carter.
Oh Lord!
Tore up his knee.
Kejana Carter. I remember him.
Yeah, great in college, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
he went to Penn State, I think.
Yeah, he went to Penn State.
Yeah.
They thought he was going to be the next. They thought he was going to be the next Emmitt Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Phillips.
Right.
Great in college.
Right.
Now look at him. Heck, Reggie Bush. They didn't skip Reggie Bush all over the place, hadn't they? Great in college.
He just had. I mean, Reggie Bush he shows flashes of greatness, but he's not consistent.
So what you want now? Now, Adrian Peterson, great in college, great in the NFL. Better after the Achilles. Right?
Right.
Now, I put all that on the table. What would you want? Would you want a proven tailback who missed 1 year of NFL, or would you want to go to the draft and get you a rookie who's not proven?
It just depends on the details of what happens if AP does come here. One columnist said, I'm sure the Vikings are eagerly waiting for that call. If the Cowboys are desperate for a running back, Minnesota was sure likely the opportunity to squeeze Dallas like the Cowboys squeezed the Vikings for Herschel Walker. The problem is, if you acquire Peterson, you're likely to have to redo Tony Romo's contract. The constant restructuring of his deals have resulted in that $27 million cap figure this season, highest in the NFL this year. The reason Murray is gone is because the Cowboys were reluctant to redo Romo's deal. Trading for Peterson and restructuring Romo would be taking the Cowboys back down a path that has not worked for the last decade.
And let me dispute that. The columnist,
Rick Gosselin.
Rick Gosselin. Let me dispute Rick Gosselin. And Rick is really on it, so I can't say whatever.
Okay.
Let me dispute Rick Gosselin for a second. Okay. Let's take DeMarco Murray. You didn't have to restructure his contract, but we're not paying DeMarco Murray. They're trying to make the two equate to each other.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarco Murray didn't get his money because you give me one great year and that was it. You're still fumble prone, and you get caught from behind. So you don't break away. You know, not to take anything away from DeMarco Murray. Very good running back, very productive last year. You're not going to get another 1,800 years out of him again this year. Okay, so DeMarco Murray goes off the table. What do we have now? We got Darren McFadden, we got Reggie Williams, and we got Lawrence Dunbar, and then we got Randall Stillham.
Joseph Randall, the underwear thief.
Yeah, the underwear thief. That's who we got.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna. So by all accounts, now me personally, I like McFadden. That's my personal opinion.
I feel like he should be given an opportunity to start. I'm cool with him.
I like McFadden. Yeah,
I'm
like
okay
McFadden.
with him.
And if they were to start the season with just McFadden, I'd be wondering what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to get a running back. My question is, where do you go to get your running back? Do I go to an unproven or do I go to a proven? If I have the opportunity to get me a proven AP, because I think AP is going to be that much better with 1 year off.
Well, McFadden accepted a backup role because he's been a starter since he's been in the NFL.
No, he hadn't been a starter.
He hasn't?
No, they brought in Maurice Jones-Drew at one time. He's played a rotating role before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like
Okay.
And guess what? We're trying to win. We're trying to win, and you ain't got but a 2-year, $5 million contract. So, my thing is this: you're gonna bring in a running back. You saying will he accept it? Regardless, you're going to bring in a running back. Either you go to the draft, or you see what's out there. If AP is out there, what is it going to cost you?
One person said, it seems to me that it's most likely he plays in Minnesota. It is most unlikely he will play in Minnesota this year, and I can't see any team willing to take him in a trade with his salary cap hit. If he gets released in Minnesota, then surely he'll come to the Cowboys, right?
I don't know. I mean, is he looking for money, or is he looking to get the heck out and just go somewhere?
Rick said, why would Minnesota release him? They have him under contract and will take a cap hit if they let him go. If he doesn't want to play, place him on the reserve retired list.
Right.
If the Vikings did say goodbye to AP, I'm sure the Cowboys will be among the first calls in the Peterson camp they will make, but I don't see that happening. Not this year anyway.
But let me tell you what he's not saying. The Players Union will stop that. You're not going to just place him on the list because the Players Union will stop that. The Vikings, see, this is no more Marcus Allen rule.
It reminded me of how Detroit did Barry Sanders.
Right. Or how the Raiders did Marcus Allen.
Mm-hmm.
No more Marcus Allen rules. The team just can't say, well, since you don't want to play with me, we're going to play. You ain't going to release you. We're going to place you on this list. They can't do that no more. Because the Players Association will jump in and say, no. If he does not want to play, y'all need to come to an agreement that you let him go or you trade him or something like that. You got to come to an agreement. You just can't let him sit there. Because that'll be wrong.
It is wrong.
That would be just way wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If he decides no, and the way y'all did me, I feel like we need to come to an agreement. So they'll come to an agreement. It might be a draft day trade.
That's what I was thinking.
It may be
so we're getting closer to the draft. That's next month. Tomorrow's April 1st anyway.
Yep,
it's in 2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks. No, it's the 30th.
Okay, so it's 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you now the question is, if you're Dallas, what would you do? Would you go to the draft, or would you try to put something together to get AP?
Do we need our draft picks?
Well, you ain't finna give up all your draft picks.
Right, but if we get AP via trade through the NFL draft for draft picks, we would still have enough picks to do something with the defense, add some body.
How many picks you plan on giving up? You're not finna give up 3 or 4 picks.
I would say they give up a second and a third. Because Minnesota gonna want something back. Remember, Minnesota have been already burnt by the Cowboys through Jimmy Johnson.
Minnesota wants a first. Forget a second. But what are you gonna do with the first if you get AP? You gonna spend it on a running back?
Which is true.
So if you're gonna spend it on a running back, you got AP. What would you want? A proven running back or non-proven?
Mm-hmm.
If I can trade a first, I'll give him a first and a third, and then maybe a first, maybe a second next year.
And that wouldn't hurt the Cowboys from the standpoint of what they're trying to do on defense.
It won't because
we really need a lot of help on defense, and you know that.
No, it won't hurt you because guess what you just got? You forget about Greg Hardy.
Well, we got him,
yeah.
But see, he's a test right now. We got to find out how. And I think Greg Hardy, when he does get on the field, he got this 1 year to prove himself. I think we're gonna have an outstanding year for him because he's got to get himself back together.
Yeah, I don't.
So I don't expect him to have a horrible year at all.
No.
He's going to be effective.
Yeah, he's going to be very effective.
I'm thinking about cornerback.
There's no real.
Our linebacker crew cannot stay healthy.
There's no real cornerbacks in this year's draft. Not really.
We can't rely on Mo Claiborne and then Brandon Carr.
What I'm saying is
he might be here, but is he willing to take a pay cut?
No. What I'm saying is there's no real cornerbacks in the draft this year.
I know it's not, but we need help.
Yeah, but we
need safety help. We need cornerback help.
Okay, so let me see.
We need linebacker help. We need frontline help.
So let me see if I can get this straight. We need